So, after traveling for some time within this carriage, the carriage actually slows, so it gets to a point that it cannot go any further. The dirt road toward Vermillion now is completely overgrown with grass, wildflowers. It makes it to the point where the horses and the carriage can't go any further. The door opens up, the coachman stands to the side. Jandar sort of gets up and he looks over in the distance. The area is completely overgrown, this section of the woods. You can't even see the ground anymore. There's also a strong smell of wet earth that fills the air. Shifts in the wind make it very uneasy. Jandar is looking in the distance and he's squinting his eyes. I think I see a village, but if it is, it's completely overgrown, he says. Well, gentlemen, this is your time to earn your coin. I will wait here for your information that you can gather, he says, and he's standing outside holding onto his cane.
Well, this is what I believe I shall clear a path. I pull out my long sword and start hacking away.
So you're getting out? Okay, you start cutting some of the grass?
Yeah, trying to, so we can get a path.
Now, alright, so you're all gonna go.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. So, you start moving forward, and eventually going through this woods. Grass is about waist high, but up ahead you see geometric shapes that aren't natural, the houses. The village is actually eerily quiet. Let me just make sure I tell you right there. Yeah. There's an unnatural warmth also coming from this area, almost tropical in nature. You see all the houses that are abandoned, they're overgrown with weeds, mushrooms, vines. Some of the homes actually that are standing, but some actually are laying in rubble. There are leafless vines that are clinging to all the walls. Some of the rooftops have collapsed completely, and you actually see trees growing out from the middle of these houses. There's an overcast in the sky as the evening is slowly approaching. You guys come out of the tree line staring at this main road of these houses. Weeds and grass is everywhere. No signs of life. However, down the road you do see a large dead oak tree. But coming out from between two houses, you see this massive stag. It's about a good 75 yards out. It stops and looks over at all of you. This stag has antlers that go up super high, and they're all covered with wild flowers. You see butterflies going to and fro. This massive, bold stag just continues staring at all of you, and its back is completely covered in moss, almost defiantly watching you, like a statue. And then it hops and disappears between the houses.
Did the stag almost look like it was part plant at all?
You can make an insight. No, actually a perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
10.
To you, it looks like a normal creature, a normal stag, but a really healthy-looking one.
When it jumped through the plants and stuff, were the plants moving, or did it look like it went through them?
It just went through between the houses, went right through the bushes and the brush, and just disappeared.
I mean, like the plants moved when it went past.
No, you can't tell. It's too far out. You can't tell. There is an uneasiness about this town and this village, guys. Let's make it a nature check. This is a high roll, so we're going to do one at a time. We're going to start with Darius.
17.
Okay, Dare.
15.
The roll is a 20 we're looking for. Sylvain.
16. Got a 19, but then it's what? Perception?
You need a 20.
Nature.
Yeah. Nature.
Nature
Intelligence, yeah. Nature.
21.
Very good.
Alright.
So, while you guys are in the town of Vermillion, everyone who failed, you're going to get a -5 on all perception rolls while you're in this town. Because you see there's pollen, mists moving all about this place. All of you, except for you, your eyes are watering. You feel like you have to sneeze. It's almost like a really bad allergy you have to this area. So this is going to fuck with your perception. Except for you. You're immune to this shit. You're not allergic. You're good.
All the pollen's just over 3.5 feet high, so he's just underneath.
Yes. And now, let's see. Yeah, that was it. Yep. Okay, so we're here at the base of the town. At the far end, you see a large oak tree, and you think there appears to be a graveyard surrounding it, and even a larger house beyond that.
It might be the oak tree that Lucas asked us to lay the flowers at.
That's in the graveyard, so probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my bow and move that speed.
Okay,
No, I'm with the party. I'm just
All right.
half speed with my bow out.
Sylvan, as everyone's gathering and getting ready and scanning the area before you move forward, you begin to hear sounds of a child coming from somewhere to the right.
Alright, I'm gonna put my hand out, try to get everybody else to, pay attention. Just kind of put my finger in my lips. And I'm gonna point to where
Somewhere to the right.
Yeah.
In the middle of those houses to the right. Varys, to your left, you see shifting movement behind the structure over here.
Okay. And thieves can't him. I say trouble on our left.
You hear those whispers even more. This is making everybody uneasy. You hear the whispers, nobody else hears it. You see movement that no one else can see.
So I'm gonna definitely look over there. Just kind of
Make a perception.
perception. I got a 6.
Yeah, you can't really tell. There's some shadows. There's lots of overgrown grass in this area. The grass is about waist deep. Vines are all over all these trees. You saw something on that side. It's bothering you.
I whispered to the party, something on our left.
This voice is coming from the right.
Are they trying to listen?
Listen, you're trying. You can't hear it. It's fucking with you, and you know there's a child in there hiding somewhere in one of the structures to the right. Centurion. As this is going on, your robotic head is scanning the area, trying to see what he sees, you don't. Trying to hear what he hears, you don't. But down the street, at that house, you hear the faint screams of a woman.
The big house behind the oak tree.
Yes.
Did anyone hear that?
Okay.
What do you hear? Whispers?
At the big house, someone screaming.
As I'm trying to hear the screams or whispers, am I hearing like any animal sounds or like
Make a perception roll.
I've been to the big house once.
Can I use guidance on myself before it's an active check?
Yeah.
So I
Not for a halfling.
I
it's
whisper
not.
a
Let me
prayer.
say that.
to Mistra to 10 plus 5, 15, and then you said the minus 5, so that'll go down to 10 again.
What is it you're looking for?
He was talking about. I was listening to see if I heard like any animal sounds or insect sounds or like even wind or anything blowing on the. You said there's a lot of like grass and stuff. Yeah.
You begin to listen. Everything around you gets quiet, even them whispering and talking amongst themselves. You hear movement between some of the houses to your left.
Why are we being quiet?
Movement to the left.
I'm hearing noises that they're not hearing.
There's someone screaming at the big house. Are you okay?
I might be going crazy.
That floor is
So you see the rest of the party spooked. Shit's going down.
Yeah.
You're seeing shifting shadows. You still see it somewhere in that area. You begin to hear creeping or crunching of movement, or not organic, coming from between these houses there. A child is obviously hiding to the right. You hear the screaming for help from down the street. The only one, however, is you. You're staying cool and calm, and you're watching the rest of your party looking very tense.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna say that kind of loud.
Okay.
Hold on. We're all hearing different things. You said you heard
I
something.
don't hear anything.
No, saw.
Saw something. You said you
I
heard
don't
something.
see anything.
None of you hear the
Someone-
children, the child that I hear.
No.
No. You begin to hear tapping coming from an establishment that looks pretty well put. It hasn't fallen apart yet.
Where's that?
It's over here.
That one?
There's a sign with some type of emblem on it, but from where you're at, you really can't tell. But you can hear tapping clearly coming.
I'm gonna make my way towards that sign.
You can start. Okay, so the halfling just starts walking forward.
I reach out, try to. Where are you going?
I think it's an inn. I'm thirsty. Right here.
I look right.
There hasn't been
doesn't
anybody
look
here for 60
as bad as the others, but it doesn't look like
That
it's
just
been
means
in
the
use
wine
and
has gotten
everything.
much better.
you look at
over
it.
60 years.
Unlike a lot of the other houses that the roofs are caved in, this one, the roof is somewhat intact at the front of it. There is an opening to go into the building. Unless you get closer, though, you really can't tell.
Alright, so as my guy gets a bit spooked here, I'm gonna put on his little mask that he wears.
So I'm gonna follow along behind Harry with his shield out.
Follow
And walking. I don't have a weapon.
Sword and shield out. 'Cause
I'm a bit on edge. I got my staff.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Slipknot over here.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be coming to the left. I'm going to be on their flank, on their right flank
So
here.
if you guys want to show me in order how you sort of get
I am like a step and a half behind the wizard.
How far can we get?
30 feet per round, so
I'll put you right behind you.
I allow diagonal also, by the way.
I'll put you here, and you are the first guy.
Yeah, I'm right
So
behind you.
he's there.
You can put me a bit closer around this area.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay, you still hear the knocking. Very soft and subtle, and you're picking it up, but nobody else is. Moving up even closer, the shifting shadows you originally saw to your left had dissipated. You don't see them anymore.
Okay.
You can move up some more, guys?
Am I still hearing the walking or movement sound?
No, you tell me.
Roll again?
You do hear it.
Oh,
I'm still here screaming, waiting.
I still hear movement.
And I still hearing the children whispering or a child whispering.
Yes, you guys are all hearing this going on.
I can't see. Where are you?
It's bothering you. It's a child, and it's coming from somewhere in
Guys,
Russia.
hold on. We need to look over here first.
Now, this building you guys are approaching, it looks like it probably was some type of business. You do see a sign that features a wand crossing over a blacksmith's hammer. It's covered in vines and mushrooms. And it's hanging crookedly off of a rusted hook. The main door is actually missing from that establishment. It's dark from the inside from where you're at. You do see moths fly in there, but they disappear into the darkness within.
I hear a child asking for help. We need to go look into it. It's coming from over here.
I don't think any of us can hear that. Are you still hearing your screams?
Yes.
This was the one intact building in the entire town. We could check this out, right? And then, other than the big house,
And just leave a child over there?
I'm clearly here for a long time.
So,
60 years, that child's been fine for 10
the
minutes.
majority of the houses are pretty fucked up. This one so it looks like you can go in. That one, the door is open, but you haven't really taken a look inside. But the rest of the houses all look really fucked up. There is a large house at the far end, but from where you're at, you really can't tell if you can enter it or not.
So I'm gonna strike up a torch and make my way inside.
So you're gonna take a torch out? You see the halfling reach down. He starts doing this. When the torch lights.
Vegetation, I'll light it for you.
Oh, okay. The torch lights up.
fancy.
You all hear this. A screech throughout the town, and you really can't pinpoint it unless, let's make perception rolls. Negative, and that number here is 17. Sorry, Centurion, that's all
I
right.
have a -1.
I got a 0. Man, 5.
I would have had an 18 before the -5. 13.
-5.
My rolls are shit today.
Yep.
Mine's just straight up dice rolls at this point.
Yeah,
So 5 is a 13 plus, or -5 is a
What,
yeah, you didn't make it.
what's your plus to normal?
But did,
plus 6.
So just had +1 to your roll.
yeah.
Yeah, so a 19.
Oh, okay then. Anybody else get high like that? That screech you heard, it seems to be echoing throughout the whole area around you. You have a feeling that it may not be by itself. You can't really pinpoint, but it's from the outsides of all these houses.
We can all hear this?
His character is the only one that knows it's somewhere on the outside of all these
And
houses.
it happened just as we lit the torch.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's not split up the party. There's something there and here.
Yeah.
Let's check this out first.
I might suggest we carry more torches unless...
Yeah.
I knew I should have took the light keeper.
I thought about it too.
So I'm gonna dig out a torch since I don't carry a weapon with me anyways, and I'll
The screeches are more. You hear the screeches. They appear to be coming from where you guys first came from now.
Okay.
Okay, from behind you. So sort of like something maybe flanking you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I point. The screeches are over here now.
You look over there very carefully. You're all squinting your eyes. Let's do the perception roll as you're looking for where you just came from. This is another high one.
Not 1.
Same with me.
Double that one!
I got a 16. I rolled a 19 plus 2.
Well, I had just lit the torch, so the light was flickering in my eyes. That's what gets me.
As you're squinting and looking at the tree line where you first came in, there's shadows but no movement. It makes you all uncomfortable, especially you, because you know whatever was on the sides of the house was now sort of blocking your retreat if you would head back to the
How far back is
whatever feet. So you guys came here where the tree line is. You're here.
Oh no, I mean the carriage with Jandar.
You can say it's about 10 minutes away. So
Oh, okay.
it's quite small.
He's not like right where
No.
we were back. Okay. What's going on, guys?
Ferris,
Hey guys,
Figured shit
look
out.
what I found!
Ferris, do you feel like we're being surrounded?
Yes.
I do.
Then we should probably not let something come behind us. If we go inside, we'll at least have a front door to defend.
Or walk right into them. Yep.
Centurion, make an insight check, please.
Okay.
Inside. I'm actually good at insight. Nope. That's a 9.
The yells of help keep coming. You know it's from that area, but you really can't tell if it's somebody, a woman, or somebody pretending to be a woman. You just can't pinpoint, but you know there's somebody still screaming for help at that end. Your mechanical robotic ears can pick up that shit. Nobody else can. Okay. So we're in front of this establishment. It looks like it was probably a business, maybe a blacksmith business. The door is wide open. It's dark inside. You have other.
Does the grass, he said it's overgrown and stuff, everything?
Yep, everything's
So, just a little bit of that blackberry juice on there. Does it do anything to the
The
It's
good
gonna be, the good berry is gonna be a one-time use because once you pull that and the air hits it, it's gonna fill up a 20-foot radius.
I would say
what it is.
I would say that.
Okay. All right. We're all going in, right? To the,
Yeah.
Who's gonna go in first?
Centurion. You look,
I can't see in the dark, so.
I'll be behind you with the torch.
Alright, so I will go into the open door with. Fuck, I forget. I'm sorry. And behind me.
And I will cast guidance on him which will last, concentration.
Approaching the door, you hear the sounds of gears grinding coming from inside with metal. I need you to make a perception roll, please.
With the -5. Nope. I rolled a 5 against.
You're looking at this dark entranceway into the store.
If you wanted to, it lasts a minute, you can roll the d4.
I don't think that'll help, so I'll just move on to it.
Who else? Who are these two?
I'm right behind him.
So I should be like.
Oh, so I need you two to make perception rolls.
That's me.
Yep. And then we got these two in the back, right?
Yeah.
You can bring me a bit closer.
Maybe like that.
Let's do.
Surrounding me, protecting me. You know.
Sylvain also makes a perception roll. The number I need, guys, is 16.
14.
1.
With the -5, 12.
Yeah.
12 and
Perception,
I'll let you
not
roll.
insight?
no, it's perception. You receive something. No.
Just a 12.
All right. Other than lying in the weeds is the main door that has multiple claw marks in it. Claw marks, like scratches. That you really can't tell anything else before you go inside.
How big are the claw marks?
Make a nature check.
11.
They're small and they appear to be human. Not as deep as a wild animal.
On the
ready?
outside of the door.
Yeah, the main door to the establishment in the ground in the weeds. That's the one you guys picked up on. It's an opening. You can see inside. It's dark. But first, when it goes in, I can describe what it is.
Yep. I guess just everyone behind me. Let's go in and get fucked.
Nice.
I'm gonna swing my bow and whip out my 2 short swords.
No, we're gonna get swarmed like a million zombies.
Everyone starts slowly going in. What you see is a thick layer of dust covers everything inside this building. You do notice that there is a forge that sits dormant in a far corner. There's a blacksmith anvil, and it's lying next to an empty trough. On the opposite side of the room that you enter, there are 2 workbenches. You also see there's a rear doorway exposes another room, but that room looks completely impassable. You see rafters and roof pieces and wood beams just blocking that area from the decayed roof.
Okay.
The rest of you, since you're standing closer, let's everyone make an investigation roll.
Including me.
Yes, you.
16.
Just 15 or higher?
17.
14.
Oh, you guys killed it.
They still have guidance.
What stands out the
Yeah,
most as you're analyzing this doorway is the
15.
hinges on the door, where the door once was, they appear mangled, almost as if they were forcibly pulled off. So, I describe what you see on the inside. Now, make an investigation roll with you only because you're the first one in there.
Okay. I already used the guidance. That's alright. 15.
You need 13. Something catches your attention in the far corner. You see the area has weeds and grass, but there is a squared area where the grass is very lower in the corner of the room, as if there's a false panel on the ground.
I believe there is something in this corner over there.
I'll hold the torch up.
We'll move higher. Move toward the corner to investigate that lower corner.
Okay, you look down at the ground and you see what appears to be maybe is a false panel. You have to reach down and lift it up.
All right, I will do that.
You go down, strength check.
Just a strength.
Yes,
Okay.
straight strength.
Straight strength.
The DC is 10.
I think I got plus 3 levels.
Yeah.
13.
You pop it open. So, when Centurion opens up this hatch, a round silver shield levitates upward towards you. The front of the shield has 2 intertwining serpents facing each other. You see your reflection. The shield is beautifully polished. The rest of you look at this almost like a ghost-like shield comes up and looks right at you. And suddenly it turns and it faces all of you. And in front of you, the shield starts doing this, almost as if to protect you.
Oh, fuck.
You just found an animated shield.
Oh, nice.
What this does, it gives you a +1 to your AC, but allows you to have free hands. So whenever combat happens, it jumps off your back, and it's almost like a protector, and it goes around, so you have free hands. So you want to write that down in your inventory. By the way, if any of you guys survive, and anything you find in this campaign, you can use in other campaigns as well. So just make sure you jot this shit down.
Okay. I wish I had a character. Wizard, that'd be great.
You also find there's a leather satchel inside that hole.
Okay. I pull it out.
And inside the leather satchel, you see him reach down and pick up a little satchel. You find 3 large insect legs.
3 large insect legs?
Yes. You can make a nature check, and I'll tell you what type of. You guys all see him holding up this leg. The magical shield went to your back now.
I got an 8.
Just a 10.
So I have a regular shield and then
I have no idea.
I got 16.
Oh, the 10 to 16, you guys know those are grasshopper legs. There are 3 of them.
Big ones? Or
Medium size, about like that. Okay. And now, since you're all staring in there, like the rest of you guys, except for you, make an investigation roll. This is a high one, 18 intelligence.
I got an
20.
Whoa!
3.
Yeah, 20.
No shit.
16.
The both of you, as everyone's scanning, immediately pick up on the ground in the weeds a shine of a ring.
Precious.
Okay, you see him. You pick it up. It's a silver ring. It looks like it has crooked designs all the way around, almost like Charlie Brown kind of.
Okay.
Make a Arcana check. Both of you guys are looking at this ring. Nice. Yeah, you're good.
19, yeah.
What you just uncovered was a ring of junk. Okay. On the inside of the ring, you notice there are small etchings of grasshoppers all around the inside. Based on your studies of magic, you know there are certain components you need. You have to make a verbal chant. You have to do a gesture, and you have to have a grasshopper's hind leg to activate this jump. This lasts for 1 minute, and it allows you to jump triple your height, which would be 3 times 10.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna give this ring to the halfling. I'm gonna say this
That's
actually
a lot of work for all that.
it's no different than your spell.
That's true.
That's
yeah,
true.
I'll pocket it.
All right, so again, you need a verbal, a somatic, and you need the material. And so if you got 3 grasshopper legs, you got 3 jumps you can do.
It seems like a hilarious image of our halfling being able to just jump
the
the
shield
+1. Yep. Nothing else about you inside the structure, and it seems pretty safe.
But there's nothing here that indicates that attack noise, right?
Nope. No, you don't.
And we're still hearing the whispers, the screams.
That we still
Stepping outside, it's somewhat quiet, but still it makes you all uncomfortable. There's no shifting shadows, no loud screeches, no children, no screams for help. But in the distance, as you see closer,
noises that hate your children.
there is a structure here where you heard the kids. You immediately, your eyes veer there. The front door is open. The entire interior, from where you can see, is impassable. However, you do see what appears to be a tombstone lying, leaning against the doorway over there where you heard these kids talking from.
I'd like to go look at that.
You still
go. Yep,
I want to make sure that this child is
move
okay.
everybody over there, please.
So, in our party formation, if we can.
Where are we going?
right here.
Oh, right over there,
Is it
yeah.
the big tall house or the long?
That colorful one. The colorful one. Yep. The one that's in color.
This one?
Yep.
Like the non-Barovian house.
The number of it.
And like
He would have been up front.
just like I described to the rest of you, this is you cannot really go inside because it looks debris and the ceiling has fell. But at the front door, leaning in on the door in the sill of the doorway, is a headstone. You look at it. The headstone is covered in vines, leafless vines, small tiny mushrooms. But there is a eulogy carved in it.
I want to get my dagger and kind of like cut the vines and everything off of the tombstone.
You see Sylvain frantically working, and you actually clear it out so you can read the entire inscription. And it says, Sylvain's story ended once he entered the mine. Year 1045. At least Sylvain did not die alone. May he, and it just trails off.
Can we all see this or just him?
You see a blank tombstone. You see him cleaning it out. You're wondering, why is he cleaning a tombstone? You clearly see the inscription.
Yeah.
Why do they have a blank tombstone over here?
You don't see anything on this?
You do?
I would like to read it out so they can.
It says in his voice,
Yeah.
"Hi guys, it says."
Yeah. That triggers the card.
It does.
Can't be me. I'm way out that way.
It says,
Wait, you all hear that?
it says, Sylvain's story ended once he entered the mine. Year 1045. At least Sylvain did not die alone.
What year is it now?
May he, it's beyond, it's like years later. It's like maybe 60 years later.
Maybe it's just a
60 years later from that date.
Like when the mine blew up.
I don't know.
Seems like they're linked.
At that moment, when you're trying to understand what he's explaining to you, across the cemetery, you hear the woman. All you hear this now.
Okay, so now that's probably
Yes.
But who knows?
So you pop up and you see the rest of your party. Actually, you guys all pick up on that. It's coming from beyond a cemetery where there's this giant oak tree in the middle.
I believe that might be the oak tree that Lucas wants us to lay the flowers to rest.
And perhaps we should do that and investigate the screening that we have heard.
Off to the
Before we make
graveyard.
our way, do we see anything else of interest here?
Every other structure here is impassable, overgrown, nothing else of value, unless you still move forward. So,
Okay.
all right,
We'll
put you
head
guys up
towards the
over in front of the
graveyard.
graveyard, please.
And we'll walk in the lead on this one.
While we're walking that way, I'm sheathing my sword and pull my bow again.
Smart boy.
Rolling everywhere.
Help me. It's so slippery. Approaching this dilapidated graveyard, you notice there's a bare tree stands in the middle of a front yard, or of a two-story structure. Its gnarled branches are actually reaching up towards the early night sky, almost like skeletal hands reaching for its prey. Surrounding this tree is a dilapidated graveyard. It's overgrown with weeds. And the headstones, a lot of them appear on their sides. In the distance, there's a soft breeze blowing past all of you. On the west side of the tree from where you're at, you clearly see a large hole within the side of the tree. But the hole itself, and the way the knot appears, it almost appears like it's a skull with its mouth open. Fireflies quietly float throughout this graveyard, lighting up occasionally, pulsating with their glows, reflecting off of the vines, mushrooms, and tombstones. This area, the temperature drops a good 15-20 degrees. It's chilled up. So this is where we're at.
So the graveyard is in the center of the town. That always blew me away.
Yes.
It's not the only time they've set up games like that.
Yeah.
They're like
Nuts.
being center of town around graveyard.
Are there any plaques or inscriptions or anything on the gates or the gate posts?
Let's make a perception roll, please.
13 with the -5.
For more, well, since you were looking for that, what you see is you don't see any plaques, but some of the tombstones right in front of you. You can clearly see the date of 1045. So
I mentioned that the date on these also reads 1045.
Okay. Does the fence look like it does around the
yes,
graveyard?
yep, it's all dilapidated, broken. There's debris and rubble.
Do you happen to see any of your own names on them?
You guys are like this fucking guy's crazy. You can make a perception check. Yes.
Yeah, I also want to look for Lucas
Lucas's watch.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
I don't know why they want.
What? Nat 20! You look to your left, which would be the west, and you do see a stone, a tombstone that actually isn't that overwhelmed with weeds or mushrooms. It's enticing to you to go take a look at. You're the first one into the graveyard, right? You approach it, and you see an inscription written on the tombstone. It reads, Lorna Grosvenor, beloved by Lucas, forever, my heart, my soul, my everything. A gentle breeze brushes past you. The hair on the back of your neck begins to stand. And so it's
Hey, Dare, bring those flowers up here.
So I will walk in with the flowers.
okay.
I can grab my gun.
I lean into him, I say, this is Lucas's wife. Fine set. Do the offering.
So I will lay the flowers on the grave. Is the gravestone tipped over?
No, this one is normal. Yeah, this one's pretty nice compared to
I will use prestidigitation to clean off the grime from it.
Okay.
And I will offer up a prayer to Mystra.
What is the prayer?
Mystra, Lady of Mysteries, Goddess of Magic, I beseech you to provide peace to Lucas and let if you're able to, let his wife know wherever she may be that he thinks of her daily, and let these flowers, these sunflowers, be a light unto her soul.
You go to place the flowers on the ground. Suddenly, from the house, a massive slamming sound catches everyone's attention from that house. You begin to hear screams and voices, sounding like a mother looking for her child. Coming, and you guys all pick up on this coming from that house.
That's Leah's mother's house. No,
Astra's mother's.
Astra's mother's house.
Yeah,
Leah.
the mayor, that's probably the mayor residence, would likely be the largest in the, she said it was at the end of the town.
So in the graveyard, a lot of the tombstones are all lying on their sides. Some aren't. Again, the same date. You see people's names, you don't know who they are, and it says 1045. And based on the information you gathered, this is probably the year of the Great Explosion. And there were so many tombstones. These are a lot of the people that they were able to pull out from these
Yeah, they said that they could recover 30 by the notes.
but there's a lot more missing. You hear this clearly going on inside that house. You can't gauge from the first level or whatever, but that's where we're at now. There's also the tree and
I was going to say,
think about that, the skull shape.
the opening, yeah. Is there a breeze blowing out of that?
looking into the hole, which looks like a skull screaming. You see dead leaves, beetles crawling in and out of it around the trees going up. You also notice this dead tree has numerous mushrooms that spiral up all the sides.
You know, this would probably be a good thing. Dump your vial on it, like right there in that opening.
So before you do that, though, my favorite spell in the game ever, prestidigitation. I'm gonna cause a little harmless puff of wind to see if I can blow the leaves that may have built.
The dead leaves fly out of the mouth. Beetles go flying about, going higher up. It cleans out most of that cavity, but it's a dark cavity. But you don't no longer see the leaves, so you didn't even
Hold the torch up.
You start peering inside. Make an investigation.
This doesn't have the -5, right?
No. Perception. You're investigating a hole.
12.
No. You really can't see anything. There's still lots of leaves and debris at the bottom. If there was something in there, there's only one way to find out.
I wonder if I'd fit in there.
I would do an investigation too.
Okay.
How high up is the hole?
He can't. No, he can't. You gotta need somebody to lift you up, or you can try to climb it.
Here, buddy.
Big deal.
Okay,
I
robot.
will pick up
All right.
the halfway.
Very wind. Is it insight?
Investigation.
13.
Torch looking around there.
You're looking in there. If there's something in there with that roll, you think it's beneath the leaves there. The only way to find out is to.
Can a normal person, I mean, you have to reach it, or can a person fit in there?
No, it's small. The hole is about the size of a basketball.
Think of Flash.
Somebody else can flash.
Yes, very good.
I'm not much way.
So,
The test.
If no one else is going to reach, Put the hand in so you wouldn't find.
All right, you slam your hand straight inside.
I mean,
the robot just
I'm a metal
pushes you
man.
guys all back. You reach down and you feel something that feels like a piece of jewelry. The robot steps back and extracts his hands, and you see a silver chain hanging from his fist.
That might be the
Thing you
necklace that Lucas was talking
But
about.
why do you leave it in a skull?
Maybe it wasn't skull shaped 60 years ago.
Opening up your hand, you see a platinum blue oval pendant attached to the silver string. There is an inscription on the other side as you turn and you look at this beautiful pendant. It reads, "To Lorna, 2 friends, 2 hearts, 1 love, Lucas." The person who holds and keeps this gets a +1 on all saving throws.
Oh, I could definitely use that.
But do we really want to grave Robin? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I do.
So you have a Sylvain
We don't need
who's
this.
reading it. You can tell he's very interested in it.
I could certainly.
Perhaps we can bring it back to Lucas.
Yeah.
When we're done.
Exactly. We'll give it back once we're done.
Might be able to.
+1 to saves, you said?
All saves. All saving throws. This was the necklace that was allegedly blessed by Lyris.
Flowers.
Is there anything else about this tree that's odd or
Oh, actually.
That's about it. It's a dead tree, just like I described. There's no leaves.
Oh, no, you have
The mushrooms have no problem growing on it. The beetles like eating the bark.
So technically it's just any like racers. And we still hear the screaming.
Now the screaming has subsided inside that house.
Oh, rings. We're not safe.
Within the house, though, you hear sounds like doors.
The doors or is that Harry with? Do we see the doors open?
You can't. Now, from where you're at, the ground level of this multi-story house is fell prey to the elements of time, right? Just like most of the other villages here, but it seems a little more sturdy. You see multiple chimneys on all parts of it. They appear to be crumbling. Unlike most of the other homes, however, this house has lots and lots of mushrooms, of all different sizes, growing up the walls, from the first floor up to the top throughout the chimney. These mushrooms are all different colors. The sizes range from your thumb, some the size of a wheel. The first floor, from which you can see all the windows, have been shattered completely out. You see large bushes and vines all filling up all the rooms on the first floor. However, the 2 main doors look perfectly solid and undamaged. Upper levels, you look up at the windows. The windows have been shattered, but you do not see that many branches and trees coming out from the upper levels. The second level.
And it's these double doors here in the end. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's just the model.
Not pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Just a model.
Just the model I'm describing. I have it there first.
Should we investigate the house now?
Yes.
Yes.
As you look at the house to the right, there is a wooden sign with a trail that seems to be going off into the distance towards an old-looking mountain.
Probably leads to the mine.
What does the sign say?
You look at it, and hold on, I'll tell you one more. This is investigation.
Oh, I got an 8.
Oh, an 8?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, you can't. There's some type of writing, but it's been overgrown so badly you won't be able to read it. So, what would you guys like to do?
I guess we'll head to the house right now.
Yeah. We're gonna be there.
Check out the still standing solid door.
So before we get to the door, are we going in quietly, or do you guys mind the little noise?
I don't mind at all. This has been sitting here for 60 years. I mean,
So
probably knows we're here.
just in case this collapses upon whoever opens the door, that will use thaumaturgy. If the door is unlocked or unbarred, it will fly open.
It does fly open. Inside, it seems pretty dark. Yeah. Dead leaves fly outside. Pivot to the ground.
I'll go in first.
Put up the longbow, pull out the swords.
What I'm gonna do now is you don't have to
Stay
leave.
back with
I'm gonna
the
set up the next scene, so you guys don't have to leave.
Stay back with the torches.
Sorry, buddy.
Make no promise with the pitchforks. Torches.
We're gonna go chase some Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I'm the monster. Get it right.
Shut up. Nobody cares, Frankenstein.
Pass me that house.
I mean, he's close with that's Frankenstein, right?
What do you want us to call you?
I'll come Frank for sure.
My name is Bob. No, it's any normal, right? Where young Frankenstein was in.
Abby Normal.
Abby Normal, that's it.
What was
My name is
that?
Abby.
Abby.
Yeah.
Abby Normal.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's so good. Is the only young Frankenstein? I have no idea where it is in my
So the Tampa Theater, every Halloween, they play that movie, and they have like it's all in black and white. And some
Oh, really?
theater and stuff.
Okay.
And they have like organ music.
Put your
playing.
characters,
Playing
right here,
music. It's really good.
You said you
This is going into the house, right there, right outside your house.
Outside, right behind you with the torch. You're over here playing with the necklace now. I think you have dark vision.
Yes.
Anybody not have dark vision?
I'm a halfling.
I have dark vision as well.
Us three.
All right.
That's why you and I have torches.
You'll be at disadvantage on a lot of things unless you have a torch out.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, I'll put the animated shield up and grab a torch.
Okay, the animated shield will float around you
Oh,
immediately
Okay.
upon any
All
type
right,
of
so
combat.
the shield will just be in combat, right? All right, yeah. So I'll put the shield down and grab a torch,
and-
sword in hand.
Okay, so one-handed weapons also. Okay, so you got the torch and you have
I have my sword in one hand and
Got
the torch
it.
in the other.
Dust covers this wide hallway, guys, when you first walk in. You notice to your left there are some moth-eaten cloaks hanging on the wall, some rusted hooks. Floating pollen and dust particles fill up this whole area. Almost resembles like a snow globe of green. Leafless vines cling to all the walls. You also see at the far end a stairway that goes up to the second level. And from where you stand, all the rooms appear to be completely overgrown with vine, plants, and trees. Through the cracks in the wooden floors, weeds are springing up. And you see mushrooms scattered about the ground as well. A faded painting to your right of a woman is observed. Near the base of the stairs, over here, you notice there appears to be a rusted bird cage on its side. And lastly, you see at the base of the stairs, an embedded crude hand axe is at the stairwell.
Okay.
This is where we are right now. So,
All right. So I'm kind of looking for like about a 6 or 8 foot stick I can use as like a poker.
you make, I'll tell you what, there's branches everywhere. Yes, you can break off a stick.
All
Okay.
right. So I'm gonna walk back up here and I'm gonna poke the rug and make sure it's not a pit trap or something here.
Doing so, there's no trap. But you notice that the wood floors are very
Weak.
weak.
I relay that to everybody. All right.
Careful where we
Yeah. So I'm looking for solid footing as I start moving in. I'm gonna give me 20 feet and then you guys come in.
As he enters, you start hearing the ground creaking at every single step he takes.
So
It's almost like this floor could give off.
are these 5 foot squares? Still?
Yeah. No, these are actually going to be like 8 foot squares.
8 foot. Okay. All right.
So,
8. I'm gonna come to here. I'm gonna look in here.
that room is completely filled with bushes and branches and vines and twigs and plants and wildflowers and weeds. It's impassable. You cannot go in there.
Okay.
It's completely overgrown.
All right. I'd yell back, this room's overgrown. It's impassable. I come to here. I'm gonna poke these this square. Checking the floor.
Once again, nothing. No traps in that area, but it is very weak.
Weak. Okay.
Probably
All
can't
right.
find
So
it.
We can burn it!
move here.
We find it in the
I'm gonna
rubble.
poke here.
Eventually.
Checking the floor.
None. So that carpet is safe.
Okay. All right.
So what's the? Okay, you're there. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to what are you gonna be doing, sir?
He said give him 20 feet, so have you gone 20 feet yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Yeah, so we just
I will move in. I'm going to stay back 20
Okay.
feet. I'm going to walk where he walked.
Sir?
I'll go in as well. Come in about here. And seeing if I see anything to the left-hand side here.
I'm gonna go in as well, but my heavy ass is gonna be careful. Because I'm a metal boy.
What is it you're looking for? I'm sorry, Sylvain?
Just seeing if there's anything here on the left side.
Yes, you see there are 3 moth-eaten cloaks on the side, covered in cobwebs.
Purple?
The avowed purple vestments, my friend, are brilliant, and they take good care of it. But you see nothing else of value from those cloaks.
I could press the digital for you for 1 minute.
Fur bottom, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to creep that here too. Keep my eye on that bird cage. That's where I'm kind of going to make my way
There was
towards.
a bird cage over here, and there was a painting over here to the right. Centurion, you're walking in with your torch up in your hand.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So basically, that right's impassable. Then there's the passageway here.
Yes.
I want to go here. And is there anything past this, or is it just more?
Put your character there, please.
Or is it just more bushes? I'm being super careful not to fall down into
The floors to all of you, almost like if you ever went into a dilapidated RV or a trailer, a mobile home, and you step on the ground, it almost has a bounce to it because it's so weak. The wood is crap, and it's rotting. That's what you're feeling right now in this house.
Fall through on last
Looking down this dark corridor, you're holding your torch up. There are 2 doorways to your left and to your right, and both you see all sorts of foliage just spilling out completely. It looks completely impassable. So is that far, and there's some windows that have been completely shattered, but it's overwhelmed with vines and plants. But there are mushrooms that spread about the floor. The rest of you, there's still pollen and possibly small spores just floating about this first floor.
Now, you said there was a painting on this side.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, so I'm right next to it then.
Okay.
Is it faded, grime covered?
You stand and look at this. It's actually a faded oil painting that depicts a woman. And at the bottom, there's a rusted brass nameplate that says Mayor Leah Vaughan. It's a fair-skinned woman. She's dressed like in a cream-colored coat. She has a pale green scarf around her throat. Her hair is dark. It's up in a nice little twist. She has very beautiful little earrings in the painting, and her hands are crossed like this towards her lower area, her crotch, if
Like
you
there's
will.
that ring that the
Make an investigation.
daughter was wearing? 22.
You absolutely see there's a painting of a ring, and you look at it. It's a platinum ring inscribed in the painting. It's a snowdrop blossom, and it is the same exact one Astra had before us.
What she's doing with my ring?
Sir. There's a crude axe you guys clearly saw in the second step here, and there's a rusted bird cage there.
I'm gonna go check out that bird cage.
Alright, so I'm making your way over there.
Yeah, make my way over there.
Each time you put down the creep happened.
Perfect timing.
Roll a 20-sided die first. If you roll a 1, something bad will
Roll a 3.
happen. So fucking lucky, dude. You notice this rusted bird cage. It's about maybe 2 feet in height, about 2 feet. It's almost like a sphere. It's covered in weed and grass, but inside the bird cage, you see a large, plump, brown mushroom lying on its side. It's about maybe 10 inches in length. The mushroom has thick roots that are protruding out of its stalk at the sides and the base. And based on the rusted lock, it appears this plant has just been sitting in this cage for some time.
I want to get my dagger and kind of like remove the whatever roots it has connected to it, so I can grab the mushroom.
So you're basically clearing it out so you can grab the mushroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
You can open up the cage.
You
clear it out, and you reach in and you pick up, and you guys see Sylvan reach out and grab this plump-looking mushroom. It's odd-looking. It looks like a lot of the other mushrooms in the place. It's got nice little fat little roots sticking out of its stem, and it's got a big brown head. It has brown spots on top of the darker brown spots on top of the round thing.
A big mushroom.
It is
Look
pretty
like
big
any
mushroom.
other mushroom we've seen?
You see mushrooms that are all different shapes and sizes. It's diverse. You really can't tell. They all look different. Every mushroom almost looks different. So you're holding onto this thing. It smells pretty good. Probably maybe somebody culinary wanted to keep it and use it for food. You don't know.
And they put it in a bird cage? Or I guess
Well,
it grew in
the
a
bird
bird
cage.
cage? Yeah. Okay. I don't pay no mind to it.
Leave it.
Yeah, it's like
Okay. Drop it back down.
that.
You.
So just, being a wizard, kind of like make sure what I'm seeing is right. That there's everything's overgrown like this. Is it any illusions, anything like that? You know what I mean? Just really concentrate on it, see if I can.
Let's do an arcane check.
Arcana real quick. Just to make kind of a long shot. But the fact that everything's overgrown.
You get a 10 or higher.
Yeah, I got an 18.
This is not magic, but what makes you uncomfortable, this is nature in its most violent form. You've never seen nature overwhelm a village and spread the way it has like this.
I would tell the rest of the party that this is definitely not like unnatural. That this it's unnatural, right? Like it wouldn't normally happen like this.
It's natural, but it's unnatural.
Right. Something caused this growth.
So you're saying it's naturally unnatural?
I'm
Exactly.
saying it could be naturally unnatural unless you're naturally unnatural.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yes.
So you think whatever explosion happened could have provoked nature?
This might be a byproduct, right?
retaliate?
Yeah.
Well, there are quite a lot of spores.
Mushrooms everywhere.
Matter of fact, as I say that, I start thinking about that. I carefully set the torch down, and I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna pull something to tie around my face.
Cool. What are you using to tie around your face?
I'll take
Kerchak, be a bank robber.
I'll take a strip of my vestments and.
Roll a 20-sided die. 5 and under, it's too late.
Oh, I got double ones. So 11.
Oh, okay. So you you tie it up. Everybody else's eyes are all watering. You're still not infected by it. The perception negativity that you had, the -5, it's gone now.
Oh, okay.
Cover yourself up completely. The rest of you guys don't pick up on that. So.
Yeah. I mean, I put my mask on earlier because I thought we were going to do combat.
Well, he did
Oh,
say,
he did have-
say he was wearing his facial mask.
Oh, I totally forgot. So you will not have a negative problem. That was my bad.
Yeah,
You guys have to remind me of some shit if I say, hey, wait a minute, I'm wearing a condom.
I didn't think it would have made any difference. I just put it on because roleplay reasons.
Yeah, the pollen still goes in your ears. And
But he's talking when he says naturally unnatural, and I'm looking around
Centurion, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Well, since all that way is basically just grass, the only thing left no is that hand axe.
Why don't you move over there?
So
Yeah.
Roll a 20-sided die as you approach the stairs. 1 and under, something bad happens. Or 1.
One and under.
6. I got a -2.
That could happen.
You stand and you start scanning with your robotic head, looking at this crude hand axe. It's pretty small and it has a black raven feather attached just under the blade itself, and it's embedded into the top of the stairs. Make a survival.
At the top of the stairs.
Survival.
I'm sorry, the bottom of the stairs.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
my
So
bad.
I have to go up to get it. That's why.
Survival.
It's embedded. It's like on an angle on the first.
17.
You can tell based on your studies abroad in the wilderness, this axe is commonly used by goblins, especially the decoration. You do notice also there's a dark brownish stain going up to the top of the stairs, and inside the stain you see what appears to be scratch marks as if something was being pulled upstairs against its will.
This is a goblin axe. It seemed that something was being dragged up these stairs. Is the stain recent or?
It looks really old. It's brown.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a medicine check. 12 or higher.
18.
Yeah, to you it's coagulated blood, old blood, stained up brown and
As he's
black.
holding the axe up, does it look rusted, weathered?
The axe looks old and it's covered with some moss and stuff. It's been there for some time.
Seems like Leah may have ran into some goblins.
Something.
I'm gonna check the stairs out, see if they're sturdy.
We did find that goblin map.
Staring at the
It looks
stairwell,
like
make
it's
an
more like a
investigation roll.
cave, right?
Yeah, this is definitely
That's the
a cave.
mine.
10 or higher.
16.
I kind of thought this was the town at
You
first.
study and analyze it. The stairs look as weak, maybe worse, than the lower level planks of wood. You sort of look at it, and it could possibly hold you guys up the stairs. Maybe not. There's only one way to find out.
I would make sure you follow as close to the wall or the banister instead of the middle of the steps as you step
So
up.
I'll go
Centurion.
feet first.
Well, the lightest people shall go first. I'm the heaviest motherfucker here, so I will go last.
I would say that the lightest person, people should only go, period.
Halfling and our rogue.
That's you, my man.
That's me.
So we are splitting the party.
I'm also squishy, so
So, who's this?
That's me.
And who's that?
That's Dare.
And that?
That's the halfway.
Okay, so you three make perception rolls, and it's a high one. If you can get 18 or higher, I'll tell you what you see.
That's cocked.
Ah, 17. That's without the minus.
I got a 20.
Oh shit! You guys are killing it. I'd rather you get those rolls done now instead of if for some crazy reason we get some combat. It may be your eyes playing tricks on you, but you notice all these branches and stuff appear to be growing and almost slowly moving outward. You think
yeah,
so? You're not too sure though.
You think now it's time for that?
You hear a sound coming from the bird cage. You glance down, and it's just this plump mushroom lying in the cage that you put down.
So Mike, he's gonna run around and like, I'm gonna get you.
And this is after I've already cut the thing off and everything.
Yeah, the mushroom is just sitting there, and it's plump and it's pretty large.
No.
Not so big.
Yeah, I guess let's use the blackberry juice.
Well, this is you guys are looking. You guys are too busy looking at this. This is you alone. As they're scanning and looking, you're looking down. And you heard a noise.
Well,
you
yeah,
turn
but
around
you
and
said
see
the trees are they're growing.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my dagger that I already cut it open with. I'm just gonna jab it.
Poke it. Okay,
Yeah.
it inserts. Nothing happens. You pull it out, and the laceration slowly heals itself.
Oh shit! It's a healing shroom.
You need to eat it.
It's pretty big.
I'm not eating that. That's a huge dick. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out again and let them know that I cut this mushroom and instantly healed, and I'm hearing noises from it.
I want to mention that we
I
saw
might
that
be insane.
movie coming in. They rolled,
When he does mention that, you do see all the foliage, the trees, the branches, everything seems to be larger, spilling out more into the hallway. You don't see it moving, but it's sort of like, wait a minute, was that like that before?
Centurion,
Unnaturally
put your
natural.
torch next to the.
Alright, I will put my flaming torch next to some of the foliage. Are there screaming or anything?
No screaming. Some of the embers go up, and some of the the vines and leaves start crackling, but then they dissipate.
They don't like pull back.
No.
Do it. Bring it over by the mushroom in the cage.
I will bring it over to the mushroom.
Did you leave it in the cage?
I have it like on a knife.
I will. We will.
Cook it.
We will kill it with the torch.
Make an insight check, please, as he approaches.
Yeah. Inside.
10 or higher.
Oh, that's a 10.
No, is it really?
Yeah.
As he approaches with this torch, the area starts glowing orange as you hold out this mushroom. Something in the back of your mind tells you that if this mushroom is damaged, that could be a bad omen. Something is important about this
Pull it
mushroom.
back.
That's what you think in your head.
Yeah.
What is wrong?
Maybe we should have this weird feeling in the back of my head that maybe we should not let this thing burn. I'm gonna take it off of the
Okay.
knife. Yeah.
What are you going to do with it? The mushroom?
Just pocket it, I guess,
Throw it in your backpack? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so now we're at a point where you guys have the decision to make. You can either go upstairs or just go back outside the house.
I think we're doing the blackberry juice here, right?
Well, it would not be a bad idea, but maybe we should wait to see if things get worse.
Can you hurry
It's
up
not
and
right up
check
the stairs.
upstairs?
Yeah. I'm gonna go up the steps with the halfling. And the halfling are going.
I need to see the order. Who's going up first? And
I'll go first.
I'll be behind it.
Yeah, my ass is going up the last if need be.
Stay to the sides of the stairs.
Yeah, I am.
Closer to the wall
We're
is better.
splitting the party.
That's where we're at.
I love it. You kidding me?
I will be behind them, but I'm not going up. I'm just staying at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. You begin to slowly go up the stairs. Every step you guys take, it feels like it's a bounce and the floor's about to snap open. Roll a 20-sided dice, please. I love it. It's gonna happen soon. You slowly make your way over here.
Okay.
Who's behind?
Me.
Go for it.
Oh, that one.
And that one. The floor just gives way and you go crashing through that. Make a dexterity
Don't
saving
you have
throw.
the
Hold
net?
on. Yeah, because I'm a.
Oh, you have your lucky hat?
You have luck.
Roll again, motherfucker.
17.
Okay, that's
Okay.
better.
It doesn't magically break.
It cracks. But you're looking.
Who's behind you?
I'm not going up.
Alright.
I'm at the foot of the stairs, but I'm not stepping up behind you.
As you ascend the stairwell, you guys, you notice that there's a lot of moss and mushrooms, not only on the sides of the walls, but also on the banisters. It's clinging to it tightly. As you peer up, you see there's a landing on the second floor, as you take a peek up. This landing is completely covered with a bunch of dead, dried leaves. You also notice there's all different types of mushrooms busting through the floorboards, sitting there quietly. There appears to be two closed doors in separate rooms. Another doorway that's wide open looks like a dark library, and two other rooms that are completely overrun with foliage and branches and trees.
So there's
Wait,
the
yeah.
library, and there was what else that we can go into?
Two doors.
Two doors.
Oh, slide that second. I need you two to put your figures right there.
like that, right?
Yep. So that's the second floor. Yep. The people on the bottom level.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the two rooms that look overgrown. You see doors open wide. Hold on a second. This door is here. This door is here. Closed, but this one is open and it appears like a study, some library. From what you can see, because you guys are peering over the side through the railings.
Okay. I'll call up. What do you see?
There's a library up here, but no purple robes.
There's a library, and there's 4 rooms. 2 are overgrown.
Right.
2 are visible with the doors shut.
This level's also overgrown with vines and branches.
There's
and
mushrooms
leaves.
on the floor. It's overgrown with vines and branches, dead leaves on the floor.
And another thing you both immediately notice is a large pool of similar to the dry blood in the middle of the room on the floor.
Okay.
Do you need our assistance?
Yes.
So I will, following the edge of the stairs.
Let's make that roll, please.
That's a 7. I don't
You
want.
guys are teasing me, man. Centurion,
So how far do I get, like, to the
are
landing?
you gonna go up?
Yep.
Let's do it. You're at disadvantage.
I thought you were
by the way,
going
so
last.
roll.
Oh, because I'm a heavy axe.
You gonna go?
I'll go after a big boy then.
Disadvantage, 2 guys because of your size.
12 and 10.
You're good.
Alright. And he's making his way up.
Make a. What's your passive perception?
10.
10. I got it right here. 10. Hold on.
I'm not very perceptive.
You swear that the foliage and the branches are even more cluttering and filling up the whole area. It looks very claustrophobic now.
Nice thing is we can just burst out the windows or something. Here.
Well, we say that.
So make your roll.
We should,
Wait, hold on. You're gonna be falling through the floor. So just before you say anything.
Yeah, you wrote a lot of
is it
ones.
dexterity?
Yes.
No,
No, there's a regular roll. A 1.
Oh, just 4.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You guys are eventually all. Let's go up to the second floor. Let me get this map out of the way.
We should do this in a hurry, guys.
Yeah.
The plants are getting closer to us.
Okay.
You always say that.
The plants are getting closer to us.
The entire
It's a
area, there
weird
are lots of dead
catchphrase, but
leaves,
yes.
very loud and crunchy sounds, but you do see 2 doors that are closed. Peering into these rooms that have open doorways, they're completely filled with vines and bushes and trees and so forth, just like you saw in the whole window. It's impassable. But you got 3 places you can look
Let's start with that
Under
line.
imminent attack from plants. I'd like to take a closer look at that mushroom window.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna.
Let's not do it in here.
I want to come over. I'm gonna come over here and check this door. I'm gonna check for traps on the floor and the door.
at. Make a perception.
Are you saying you want to look at my big brown mushroom?
It's a 9, or no, it's a 4.
Yeah.
You don't really think you see anything.
Okay. All right. Check the door out.
Investigation roll.
Yep. 21.
It looks like a normal door to you, except for some vines that are spilling from the top of the doorway, coming down from the inside of this room, coming down.
Check
The people over this movie traps
It's
are
unlocked.
on doors.
If you'd like, I can open it the same way.
Okay, he slowly opens up this door and scoots it. You immediately see you see a double bed, and it's beneath a window. It's along the far wall. There is a fireplace that also occupies one corner, and a window that actually overlooks the front of the property. From where you're at, you actually see the top of the old tree reaching upward from that window. All the leaves around that window are lightly fluttering from the breeze that's coming from outside. The nighttime sky and the moon illuminates this room, so there's a glow to it. It's very quiet and still and dreary about this bedroom.
With the, I won't say lack of plants, but the significant reduction of plants, are those spores still floating in there?
Yes.
I want to make a nature check. I want to look for
Okay.
basically see if there's a spider's nest hanging out there. What's this shit? It's a 6.
Yeah, it's just like a typical room that's been overgrown because the windows have been shattered. There's some plants and bushes growing in this room. It's not as choked up like the others.
Okay.
There may be stuff you can find in here. I don't know. So, sir,
Yes.
now there's 2 other rooms, or you can go into this room with him, or
Yeah, I will go into the room with him. That's already open. Oh, he's in there, right?
yes.
I'll just be right here.
So I will walk in. This looks like a bedroom. And,
Did the door swing in or out?
The swing's inward.
Okay.
And Astra had asked us to locate the ring. I am looking for
Like a jewelry
like a jewelry box or something like a dresser or, God forbid, a body.
Let's make a
Secret compartment.
perception roll, please. Actually, investigation.
There's a
Investigation.
bullet.
That will be a 14.
Excellent. There's certain things that catch your attention. You find a pile of half-written letters above the fireplace mantelpiece. It's somebody beseeching and begging for aid from nearby villages. You also notice on top of the bed there seems to be an old journal covered with dust and some moss.
Okay.
Dust it off.
Yep. The journal flies open. All the pages have been torn out except for one, and it reads: "The disaster at the mine. The village's anguish. It's a recount of the mayor's effort to rescue people from the days after the explosion, and how they had to stop the search due to fear of more cave-ins and strange sounds coming from beyond." She also writes about villagers that go missing through the night after the explosion, hearing helpless screams throughout the air. She talks about some of the villagers stubbornly staying behind, refusing to leave, but then show up missing the next day. The last few pages document the mayor's nightmares she's been having by staying behind. Something about a creeping fear, waking in the middle of the night in soaking sweat, and hearing lingering screams echoing from the mine's entrance. The journal ends with something that reads: "Mr. Barrister dug too deep. Something within that mine. It must be stopped, or it will spread throughout the lands of Faerun. The answer is within that cursed mine."
I absolutely take both the notes and the journal and I put it in my back because Barrister.
Okay. 1, 2. The three of you hear creeping sounds on the lower level. Similar sounds of creaking on the floor.
So I think at the top of the stairs, I've got some ball bearings.
Yeah. Okay.
Toss them down the floor.
And the ball bearings roll. They bounce off. Roll. They go to the first floor, and you listen. You hear nothing. So the first floor has all ball bearings along where that carpet area is right down there.
So we run out.
And there's nothing else of value in that room. Okay.
Okay.
Sir.
I'm gonna make my way towards the other door.
Yeah, I think both of us.
Yeah.
To this doorway?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys want to be characters up?
Move them over. And I'll check the door. I'll see if there's anything if it looks safe.
Okay. Make the roll. Perception. No negative.
9.
You can't tell.
I check.
Am I safe?
Yeah, both of you guys see the door. All you see is similar to the door. It's closed. There are vines that appear to be coming from inside the room, very thin vines, almost vein-like, going down the sides to the face of the doorway.
Just open it. Yeah. We've been here for 60 years. Come on!
Percentage chance. You hear the click, and the door opens up.
I like how we check the rooms that are closed off before the one that's open.
Shit.
The smell of decayed flesh and floor immediately assaults both your nostrils as you stand. And from where you stand, you clearly see a decayed body that's been lying on the bed, and it's covered in mushrooms, massive leaves around it, vein-like vines from the ceiling and stuff all are surrounding this body. The head of this body has been completely split wide open. A massive fungus bulb is growing out of this skull in agonizing death for whoever this was. The only thing that resembles a head is the bottom jaw hanging to the side with a rotting tongue, with all little vines going up into the mouth. There's also in the chest a massive cavity. The chest has been ripped wide open, and you see beautiful wildflowers and mushrooms and vines all spilling outside. This person has been lying here for quite some time. You also see in their dead skin multiple vines going into and burrowing under the skin. Whoever this person that's been lying here for so many years died a most horrible death.
That was a very painful death.
Just a basic look, male or female.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, but I have my luck, right?
No, you're lucky.
Use it already.
Net one.
You can only use it once.
Oh, we didn't do
Well,
it.
it's a halfling thing. It's not the luck.
I thought it was on any roll one.
No, but you only get like a limited.
No, that's not true.
No, that's the lucky feat.
Yeah, it's
He's
the
a
lucky feat.
halfling, so he can
I
roll
roll
once.
once.
Oh, you get to roll again?
Yeah, it's a halfling.
It's a
Okay.
halfling thing. It's not a feat.
Oh, when you roll a one.
Yeah.
I thought you only get so many.
No. What was it again?
Now, if he rolls a one a second time, you gotta take it.
Yeah.
It was investigation.
Yes.
11.
It looks like a female's body. Another thing you do notice as you're analyzing is this body's hands have been coagulated with tons of barks of wood, like catcher's mitts of wood, as if this person was being strapped down by bark.
So the hand.
I want to yell out, "There! There!
Yeah. Yes.
We found the body. Come check it out."
I think we're done in
He
here.
appeared to
Yes.
be dead.
So I will
I know he's the medicine guy.
head over that way.
Yes, well,
Look at the mushroom.
I described the body to you. I mean, you heard it in detail, and your first reaction is you're mortified because you know this person, whoever this person is, they suffer greatly,
Yes.
and it looks like they've been there for a few years.
So what did you need? This is horrible death.
See if it's maybe something they ate. And they're infected by something. I don't know.
Might have been a watermelon seed. I heard swallowing those are very bad.
He just smoked
You know
it.
what I mean? You guys wanted me to eat that big brown mushroom, so
I didn't want you to.
So I noticed that her hands, well, the hands of the corpse are totally encased.
Yes, in wood, and you see their vines, leafless vines attached, going right to the ground, burrowing into the floorboards, as if like the hands were being held down. You can't even see any human hands. You just see old bark, like the catcher's mitts, and it's lying like this.
and we have a hatchet.
If this may be the mayor, how good are you at chopping things?
That would be more of a hidden thing.
The white cloak is me.
That's me.
Yeah, I would be in the room.
That's you.
with that.
Make a perception roll, sir. And you're still in this room, right?
Yeah, we start with a -5.
And he has the axe.
Oh, nice.
So 19 minus 5 is 14.
A gust of breeze catches your attention from this area as you glance over, and you see some pages moving about the desk.
While they're dealing with
Yes.
dead women, and that's encased in mushroom and whatnot.
That's not the first time.
You know, we're
Happens surprisingly often.
I will go to the table area and see if there's anything of interest.
Alright, so yeah, you approach this area and you notice that all the walls have shelves of books, old books. A lot of them are rotted, they're unlegible. You do see there are 4 wingback chairs sitting around this round table as you approach. And there's a wide bank of shattered windows over here. Like the other room, you see outside of the main road, you see a large old tree reaching upward like a skeletal hand. There's foliage and vines from the outside of the house creeping into the room, and you see the vines, almost like veins, spreading about this whole room, going through the books and so forth. On the desk, however, you find several books that are light open. One of them talks about physical and emotional trauma. You see all sorts of marks, like somebody was taking notes, but they're unlegible. There's also books on nightmares, cannibalism, mysterious disappearances. And there's also some out-of-place books that talk about fungi and its effects on living creatures. But there is a folded letter sitting in the middle of those desks.
We'll reach for the letter and
This is what you get.
so I will take the letter and go back toward the people looking at awe. It basically says, I found this letter. It says, where to start? Could this be the answer? Spores from the mind. These things from my dreams and the shadows. Plants, creatures consuming my village and our people. Am I crazy? In my dreams, I see these shapes moving from our village to the platinum mine. These creatures taking my people, our children, into that mine. Since they only creep about in the dark, my guess is they're subterranean. These things are possibly sensitive to the bright light, but what if I'm wrong? My elvish arrows or Corellon should help if true.
Corellon's a guy.
Right.
Yeah. Elven guy.
And you're not there to hear about everything.
What? Like what time of day is it outside?
It's early evening.
Early
It's
evening.
starting to get dusk.
So I believe whatever it is that took the kids and the people are going to come out very soon.
Yes. It's gonna get dark soon, so we need to get
We need to get out of here.
somewhere safe.
Okay. So you in this room, as you're sort of heading to the door, you hear sounds, creaks at the bottom of the shuffling. If
I'm asking you to chop the wood around their hands all the time.
So I don't have the axe though.
It's like a comic
Who has
fall
the
on the ball bearings.
Oh, you got that.
Come on.
Yeah. All I have is a dagger and a quarterstaff.
you listen very carefully to what you're hearing. It sounds like shuffling. People coming up the stairs.
Almost like a shambling man.
If that's the case, we're in trouble.
And these creaking sounds are catching your attention. The rest of the party's over there gathered around. Centurion reading a letter. And glancing over to the stairwell, you see what appears to be a tall humanoid figure slowly coming up as its head looking over to the landing. It's a humanoid creature covered in blisters, mushrooms, and moss. Its long skeletal arms are outstretched, appear to be grabbing and contorting in the air. Its massive head appears to be split open, with a massive fungal growth, almost looking like a flower covering its face. Its teeth chattering, making a weird sound as it's drooling from its mouth.
We've got company.
This creature starts walking up the stairs, and you see this. He screams this. You guys hear this creeping, clicking sound coming from this horrible creature, moving, contorting as it's coming up the stairs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's roll for initiative.
My first nat 20.
You did? Nice, nice waist.
If I go before you and you're going to do something that's a saving throw, let me know and I'll use my stuff.
Alright, we got a 15 to 20.
Nat 20.
I got a 19.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to put something on top. And you got what? 19. There. 10 to 15. 14. Creature. 5 to 10. 6. Which one are you guys doing? Last, so the order is Sylvain, Dare, Various, this creature, Centurion, and Furbottom. What would you like to do?
Okay.
It's very tall. It's about maybe 9 feet, real skinny.
I can see it from where I'm
Oh
at.
yeah, you guys can see it from the waist up.
From
Its
the
head is
waist up,
popping
right.
around, contorting, and it's slowly making its way up the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna turn around and see its head
Yep.
coming up the stairs, and I'm gonna press my fingers to my temple and cast Mind Sliver onto it. And that is a intelligence saving throw you have to take.
Okay.
Spell save DC is 14.
I rolled a 14.
14. You tell me if you make it or not. Good deal.
I rolled a 14.
So it's 14 even?
Yeah,
That's
14.
a save, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Equal or greater.
I rolled a 14.
Alright.
Your spell doesn't give any movement or any bonus actions.
I want to stay where I'm at. I'm kind of surrounded by people, so I'm good.
Dare.
I am going to step this way a little bit so that it would. What, is this the end of the stairs coming up? That size or that's
Yeah, now when you take a step, the ground almost creaks even more. I need you to roll a 20-sided dice first. Okay, you're fine.
So I am going to move, place myself. I'll place myself right here.
Okay.
And I reach up to my temple. And I whisper a prayer to Mistra and Mind Sliver on that. I need to make it to the DC 13 saving throw.
19.
19, alright.
What's this thing, intelligence?
It's 10. 10. Anything else? Any other movements?
No, I'm good.
You're gonna go right there? Darius. You have a queen. Nice. What are you shooting with? It sails past it and it pales into the wall. Its massive head turns and looks, then looks back at you very creepy like. It's turn.
I still have the torch, right?
You have the torch in your hand, right? Move that. This creature leaps in the air, clings to the ceiling, and drops down right in front of you.
Yeah.
And this creature is played by Doug Jones.
It's going to attack you twice.
It's like everything, don't they?
Does it 11 hit?
Chance Labyrinth.
It misses. Second hit with its claws. 2, 3, 4. Misses completely. You guys see this creature breaking with its long nails, and you see your Varus just diving, jumping, doing really cool flips. You don't get hit at all. Next up is Centurion.
I'm gonna try to move across the floor to the guy.
Okay.
So I have to roll.
You're right there, yeah. So we'll put him here. He's in the doorway, you're right next to him. So yeah, that's good.
So I will attack him with my longsword. Does the shield automatically?
So I'll give you a +2 because it's sort of like
Yeah, he
flanking
said
kind of deal.
it's
Because you're both adjacent, so I'll give you a +2 when you hit.
Does my shield float around?
Yeah, your shield automatically is already levitating, covering, protecting you. It's like it's there
So I get an extra +2. Okay.
on your attack.
So that's 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Alright, so that's D8 plus 5. Oh, max damage, 13 points.
Nice.
Good job, bro. That was a lot.
And I have actions here, so that's okay. I
That was a good shot.
can't do anything else. I believe my turn.
Oh, actually, sure.
For bottom.
I only have
Second one.
that's common. 15?
And that is a hit.
What'd you fire?
Fireball. 6 points.
Double damage because it's vulnerable. It's vulnerability is fire. So that's 12, right?
Yes, sir.
It is bloody.
We're gonna make a Molotov cocktail.
Edition callback.
Top of the order. Who's this?
Sylvain.
Sylvain.
Alright.
From behind you, before your turn even starts, you hear an ungodly howl coming from the room where the body was. Spin around, and you see the dead body now standing in the doorway with his arms looking at you. Now you decide what you want to do.
Okay.
We had 2.
So obviously this catches me off guard and I'm a bit frightened there. I take a step back and I'm going to use my bonus action. Basically, I turn into a visage of what my patron looks like. So I got like a flaming, green flaming skull. I have the spikes on my shoulders and large chains and everything. And I just want to hurl an Eldritch Blast at it.
Eldritch.
Go for it. That thing's like a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. And the cantrip.
Say the line.
That is a 15.
That is a hit.
Boom, I throw my Eldritch Blast at it. 8 force damage. And then because I have my Form of Dread up, once per turn when I hit something, I can fear it. So do a Wisdom saving throw.
19. Negative +1, 20.
20? Okay. So he's not feared. And then I'm going to. Oh, yeah, I also need to do. With my Form of Dread, I also get a 1d10 temporary HP on top of it. And so I get an additional 4 HP.
Okay, so it's on the side or
It's like temporary, yeah. So it's like you have to get through the temporary first and then you get.
Good job, but you pissed something off.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do, Mr. Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I just want to make my way a little bit further back. Yeah, right there is good.
Dare.
I call upon Mistra and a sonorous bell echoes around the creature there.
Yep.
I would like her to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
Wisdom 11.
1 necrotic damage.
Wow, that's something, buddy. Okay. Anything else?
Failed.
One's good, it's good. Next up is
I never
Darius.
roll
All right, so I'm dropping the bow, pull the short swords. Is this considered sneak attack?
I'm gonna give you flanking.
Okay.
You're gonna do attack with double, right?
Yeah.
First one you modify proficiency, the other one's just regular.
Yeah. So primary, second.
Got it. Green's primary. Oof, oof.
Oh no. That down the road though?
You're swinging, but you're completely missing as this thing is contorting and jumping back away from your attacks. Anything else?
I'm staying right where I'm at.
Ambers. That was with the +2. And, it's this creature's turn. It's actually going to attack. Who's this?
Me.
It's here.
It would have been a 10 on my primary swing to hit.
Oh, actually, both you guys. This creature gives a howling yell, and a bunch of spores and clouds of green blast out of its mouth and lands around the area. You both have to make saving throws, Constitution saving throws of 10 or higher.
Is this a poison effect?
Yes.
I get advantage.
14. You're good.
13 plus 3. That's saving throw?
Yeah, saving.
18.
So it's 3 half. It's 1. So you both take 1 point of damage of this spray.
Poison damage?
1 point of.
Yep, and let's see. It is going to jump out of the space of both of you. So you're both getting an opportunity attack, and its goal, if it survives, is going to jump over to the paladin.
13 to hit.
That is a hit.
13 to hit.
You guys have this one at a time. Go ahead.
7 points of damage.
Woo! You took a huge chunk out of its back. This is looking pretty fucked up now. Go ahead, sir. Your damage.
9 points of damage.
This creature's arm falls completely off. Any attacks it does is going to be a disadvantage. But it moves next to you.
My shield up as it scrambles out.
It's pretty bad shape. Green pus and liquid are pouring out of the socket of the severed arm.
I've got a stab for that.
Let's see, this next creature, you're here. It throws its hands back. The chest cavity shoots out darts right at you. Does a 10 hit?
Does not.
You do backflips. You see a trail of that green flame looking badass, and he does a Black Widow pose. It completely misses, and it goes sailing off into the distance. The chest cavity closes up and it contorts as it moves closer now.
Is it playing off the back of our 445?
It's breathing, yes. And that is now Centurion's turn.
Alright, so. Over there. I'm still next to this one, so I'm just gonna attack it again. Attack with the sword. Yeah, that's
That is a hit.
22 to hit.
What are you hitting it with?
On my box.
Go for it. Make damage.
8 plus 5. 9 points again.
Wow. Describe how you dispatch this creature.
So as he's attacking, I keep forgetting your name. Dare. Basically just go on the backside and kind of Obi-Wan Kenobi cut Darth Maul in half. Just
And it drops to the ground. Excellent. It is lifeless. The body does a huge thud. I'm gonna roll this dice. Just if I get it. Roll the 7. Good. Excellent. That creature's taken out. Now there's anything else you want to do?
I saw movement,
Yes.
so I'm just going to move towards the other one.
So go ahead.
You got 30 movement?
Yeah, just
You figure it's 8 feet per square, so you can go right up to it.
yeah, I can go right up to it and just wait for it to do shit.
All right.
In my turn.
Next up is Floor Bottom.
But I can back up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to attack. I mean, it's not
He's. I'll give it to you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna be a
back up a
douche.
little bit.
All right. Back a little.
And then another firebolt. Yeah, 21 here.
Okay, and
Damage is 8.
that's a range attack, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Almost bloody. Almost bloody. What is it? Describe what that looks like. So.
It's a bolt of flame. It comes out bolt of fire.
Oh, it's double. I'm sorry. It's double.
That is double.
Oh, 8,
I
okay.
doubled it. I'm sorry, I rolled a 4.
So it's 8.
Oh, damn, I thought you were doing 16.
Yeah, oh, that's sweet, right?
I was all happy for a few seconds.
Yeah, for some reason these plant creatures fire really fucks with them. Anything else? Top of the order, Sylvain.
Okay. My character kind of appears a little bit more unhinged after he's transformed, and he's like, "Fear me!" And he puts his hands to his head again, and they do Mind Sliver.
Okay.
Is that an intelligence saving throw?
Which is a 0. It's a 11 intelligence. 0 pluses. I rolled a 19.
Damn.
This is my crazy dice.
Yeah,
It's
no
killing
kidding.
Mind Sliver
It
is
doesn't work. He's not scared of me.
me. Next up is Dare.
All right, so I am going to spin once again. Call upon. Well, actually, step forward just a little bit. Call upon Vistra, and the sonorous bell rings around it. 13 Wisdom saving throw.
You see it?
You got a crit?
19.
Oh.
Nope, it's another 19.
19.
Well, we used to say.
It howls in glee that you guys are not hurting it whatsoever. Now it's this creature's turn.
Hey,
It's going to, who's this? You?
me.
2 attacks at you. First one.
Hit me.
I love it. Look at this. There's a, with the plus, a 20 hit.
That's my armor class one hits.
Okay. And that damage, first damage is
Yeah, my hard AC is 20.
4 points of bludgeoning damage. Second attack does a 13 hit and misses the second attack. Okay, its movement is it's going to turn and seize this half thing and just go towards it.
Okay.
You get your free attack.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Do I too?
No, no, it's over here. You're over there. It's coming to it.
16 to hit.
And that is a hit.
It's 5, 8 points of damage.
Wow, buddy. That's the end of its turn. Centurion.
Oh, but
No, you had an opportunity attack. That's what that was.
Oh, okay.
That was an opportunity because it was facing you.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's your turn.
All right, I will attack.
You're 3 months old.
Natural 20.
That's 20! Oh, this is going to be the end of it. Good job, bro.
Here it is.
All right, first off, what weapon you hitting it with?
Longsword.
What's the max damage your longsword does? Not with your bonus, just the sword. 10 or the 8?
Well, it's
1d8?
1d8 plus 5, so it's 13 points of damage.
What's the plus 5 for?
Well, plus you for straight, plus I have dueling as well.
No, just the weapon itself. I just need the max of the weapon. That'll be 8?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so right, he's going to automatically take 8 points of damage. Now you roll, and it's going to be double.
Okay.
Shit.
8 plus
just
5,
crits.
13.
Describe how you dispatch this creature. Good job, man.
Destroyed it.
Yeah, it's that creature. It's the halfling. I basically just slice it right down the back, and then
And it falls and shatters into pieces. Good job.
Nice.
Now it's quiet on the second level. What you guys like?
I think we just want to search around, like check these other 2 rooms and libraries. If there's anything else of value in here.
Look for any hidden. I'm looking for hidden compartments in here.
I'm looking at the one that came out of that room, see if the hands, the one of hands shattered.
We're gonna start. We'll start with you. Make it an investigation roll. Actually, perception or investigation, whichever's higher. You need a 14 crit. Oh my god, this is gonna suck. We have another crit. That's funny.
Attack rolls, but
In this room, behind some branches and trees that spill out, you notice, where's the library? Oh, here it is. You see a elvish bow with 2 arrows hidden behind all these brambles of weed. Make an Arcana check.
okay.
Yeah.
13.
The 2, based on your studies, when using the elvish bow with these arrows, these are called arrows of blinding. Okay, there's 2 of them. They do 1d6 piercing. But when they impact the target, there's an explosion of a flash of light. Any creatures or beings next to it that don't avert their eyes, they suffer disadvantage for 1d4 rounds. They're blinded for 1d4 rounds.
flash.
Those might be those arrows of Coralon that was listed in the notes.
Yes.
So you only got 2 of them. If you miss a target and it goes sailing off,
What's the radius? 5 feet?
adjacent. So like if I'm the creature and you hit me, any beings that are around it, they are affected. They are blinded for 1d4 rounds. The only one that takes damage though is your target. If you have allies in that area and you don't warn them to avert their eyes,
Same effect.
Same effect to them. Yep. What were you doing?
The corpse that
came out of the room that had the hands that were totally covered. When he said it shattered apart, I'm looking to see
Yes.
if the hands like are showing. Basically, I'm looking for that ring.
And you do find the same exact ring from the painting. And based on your assumption in the ring, this is Leah, the mayor.
I will take the ring and pocket it to bring back to Asper.
Okay. Sir.
By this point, I'm back to normal. I'm not crazy looking anymore. I want to go inside this room and see if there's anything else I can find worth
Yep,
worth
I'm looking
interest.
right now. Which room is that? That room?
Yeah.
Guest room. Guest room. Make an investigation roll. And the guest room, this is going to be high, so 18.
Not 20. I don't do them in combat.
Wow. Oh, sorry, wrong. Sorry, that was my bad. All right. Where is it?
Cover all the clues.
Right? Find everything.
Along the far wall, behind all the vines, as you approach, you see subtle markings on the wall. They appear to be height markings when you have a child. And you look carefully, and you see at the very top, it says Astra. No one would have seen that at all, but at high roll, you're able to pick that up.
Okay.
There's nothing else about it in that room.
Okay. Take the torch.
All right, sir.
That's it. That's also
Take the
the
torch.
room.
Yeah.
Checked all the rooms.
Yeah, we checked all the
That's it.
I believe the next course of action is to, based on the letter we found, is to check the mine. Apparently,
So
apparently Astra's mother believed that's where the source of the disappearances, these creatures we faced, came from there.
I'd really rather not go downstairs. Can we break one of the windows out?
They are all broken out.
So can we? It's only once, like 10 feet down.
Yeah, you guys, I'm not, and there's so many vines, you guys can actually climb down, so I'll allow that to happen.
So before we do that, I'm casting a critical eye on anybody to see if anybody's got some obvious injuries or wounds that might need tending.
I took a little bit of damage.
I took 1 point.
We could probably take a short rest, I'd imagine, instead of using a spell slot.
Oh, we'll be using the spell
So,
slot.
It's getting
let's go
short.
between the elven bow.
Oh, that's right, you got the thing.
Just the elven bow, just well.
The elven bow will also, if you use that for regular arrows, you're gonna get a, I just wanna make sure. Wall markings, Astra.
I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to do a short rest before we go to the mine.
Well, it's getting dark, right?
Library.
Already.
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Library.
knows how many more of those creatures are.
You have to be an elf to use the arrow to get the +1.
Yeah.
If you use a regular bow, or a regular arrow rather, it's a +1, right?
Okay.
If you're an elf.
Okay.
You are an elf?
Yeah.
So you get a +1. So whenever you use that bow, you get a +1. And it's
Good
very
job.
beautifully designed. It's a nice looking elvish bow.
Okay.
Nice, a +1 weapon.
All right. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen,
I think we are going to have a short rest somewhere. How are we going to take it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we would, our plan is to head to the mine, but we'd like to take a breather and assess wounds and things like that. Basically a short rest.
all right, roll a 20-sided dice, right? This is for the team. If you roll a 1 to 5, I will allow you guys to have a short rest. If not, the pressure, the pollen, and everything, the spores are making you guys so sick you have to roll on. Roll low. 9. No, sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take an extended break. I'm going to set up the final aspect of the game. It's a very large set. That's going to take about 2 to 3 hours. It gets really crazy from here on in. So, with that said, come back out. They're going to take us some break for food. We'll be right back. Walter, we're good, bro.
I mean, it's fine. I still got my
Last
second
one
win if I
time.
get hit again, and then you still have a lot of spell slots.